Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Together we are the Office Blokes.
Yeah.
It is true. You've often been described as a TikTok prankster, haven't you, Mike?
Have I?
Yeah. Millions.
Just widely known as that
Widely
simply,
known, yeah.
aren't you?
Highly unlikely, I would suggest, but if that's what you want to say.
Do balmy things on TikTok.
Yeah.
Barmy.
I've not practiced.
Not practice being balmy. So, this is a channel we have reacted to before, actually, Jamari.
Yeah.
And I think he just sort of breaks down things that are happening
In the news.
in the news and popular culture and things like that.
Looks like he's crashed into a paint factory or something there, doesn't it?
Yeah. Got old Jackson
Wow.
Pollock, hasn't he, on his Lambo?
Yeah, just a bit.
It's always Lambos people do it to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Out of all the supercars, people do horrible things like that to
You couldn't
Lambos.
do it to a Ferrari, though.
It's not like they stand out like it, no, as it is.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's check it out. This is TikTok Prankster faces prison time, joining a long list of TikTok pranksters who've
Is
done
that for the
prison time
paintwork
now.
or something? Or?
Hopefully, yeah.
So
His
we have
haircut.
covered quite a few idiotic cloud chasers
Kesha
here on my
6ix9ine.
channel.
6ix9ine, innit?
With the way videos are so easily shared online nowadays, it's like this cloud goblin disease is running amok in these virtual streets, with more and more clowns being bred every single day. And the thing is, a lot of these people are doing things just to get...
Oh, Dave's messed it up. Dave.
That was, what's he called? Somali something. The one that's going, he's in prison in Japan.
Oh, is that him?
Yeah, that was
Right.
that guy we reacted to a video.
Yeah.
Breaking into places
Yeah.
sort of thing. Or trespassing.
Trespassing.
Yeah.
I followed it off reactions, and he might be getting 5 years.
Good.
Ooh.
Yeah, in a Japanese prison, which
Yeah.
apparently are
F
like
around,
work
find
camps.
out, as they say.
Was it worth it, son?
No.
any kind of attention they can. Whether it be good or bad, it's like they don't care as long as they get those clicks. And in most cases, I do feel like it is the latter. And the guy I have to tell you about today is really no different. After he went around sucker punching random men in the Houston area, posted it online, got locked up, and even did an interview with a news reporter outside of his house the very next day. And trust me guys, it somehow gets much, much worse. So first off, I have to show you guys the initial news report where he does the interview with the guy outside of his house.
We're learning more about one of those social media pranks that is hardly funny.
A 19-year-old runs up on two unsuspecting people and sucker punches them in the back of the head.
Yeah, this happened in Cyprus, and the video, of course, getting a lot of attention with hundreds of comments and reactions. Tonight, our Jason Miles found and talked to the young man behind the stunt.
Jason, what was his response tonight?
I mean, to chalk this all up as some sort of prank or some sort of stunt, or for these news reporters to even paint it in that way, is just irresponsible to say the least.
It's weird,
like,
isn't
what's
it?
gonna happen next? Is someone gonna get and they're gonna say, oh, it was just a prank, bro? I didn't mean for that bullet to go through your chest. I mean, seriously, this is nothing less than assault. And the fact that he was going around sucker punching people, which is obviously a bitch move, but also doing it in the back of the head where it's very dangerous, just tells me that this guy was actually out to do some serious damage.
Well, he's regret.
My thing is, right, is what if I'm walking down the street in Houston, this guy comes up, punches me in the back of the head, I pull out a gun and shoot him.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much of a prank then, is it?
No.
No, but it's
Yeah, that's self-defense.
completely justified, though.
Yeah. Even just if he's running down the street, this guy, and you shoot him, I think it's justified.
Might be a bit strong, that you might struggle to plead that case.
It's right what he says, though, isn't it, about them using the word prank as if it's sort of like, oh, just a bit,
just a
bit
prank,
of a
yeah.
laugh.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
not a prank. You hit me.
Well, if you're punching someone in the back of the head, like it is dangerous there. Isn't it?
It's not only that, it's a shit move punching someone in the back of the head
It's
anyway.
disgusting.
Yeah, of
Punches.
course.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? If you try to turn someone around and hit him in the head and going, prank, then on the go,
do it from the back.
what the fuck, and then punch him back.
It's a bit cowardly. It's just premeditated and for no
Yeah.
reason whatsoever. It's
And
even
then
worse.
probably run
isn't
off.
it?
Yeah.
There's not even a reason for it. It's like, maybe if he knows a guy and he owes him one or something. But
The news reporter
Yeah.
should say to him, so what have you got to tell us about the whack?
Yeah.
Like, guy goes,
Oh,
just
look
a
at
prank,
that
bro.
there when he turns around, just go bam, and he's back in his head.
Yeah.
But just turn the camera off as he's there, and then back on again when he's on the floor, and then go, what?
There's no video
Don't
of
happen.
it.
yeah, it's just a prank.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
He tried to prank me. I pranked him back twice as hard. What can I say?
Regretful. Honestly, I didn't expect him to answer the door, much less come out and talk. But tonight he says he regrets the behavior so many are now condemning online.
Not far from peaceful Wortham Park, where he's accused of randomly punching strangers.
Do you regret it?
Yes, I do.
19-year-old Alfred Lewis spoke with me about how he feels about it now.
You know, I just made a mistake, and everybody makes mistakes.
This is the video in question, first shared with KHOU 11 via the Nextdoor app. In it,
Knock
you
him
can
down.
clearly see Lewis striking a man in the head from behind before he turns around in shock.
I know, like, from the video, all you see is, like, the bad part about it, but what people didn't see was that I shook his hand after, and I gave the man a hug.
When it comes to this individual right
He's thick
here,
as
there
pig
must
shit,
be
isn't he?
like negative brain.
And he's called Alfred.
Alfred was his name. Alfred.
Yeah.
I missed that.
It's not helping matters, is it?
No,
He's
he's like 19 and he's called Alf.
Wow.
he's not got many brain cells, has he? Though?
No, it doesn't seem
Tell
that
by
way,
this
does it?
interview,
Yeah.
he's thick.
Activity going on, talking about, oh, everybody makes mistakes. Like, no, dude, this was a premeditated action. And the fact that he's trying to present some, like, silver lining here, talking about, I gave the guy a hug, I shook his hand and told him sorry after punching him in the face, so I'm a good guy, has to be one of the most ridiculous explanations I've ever heard. I mean, the sheer fact that he's even willing to come outside and talk to a news reporter after doing something so stupid and literally incriminating himself
If he punched that news reporter in the forehead, he'd break his hand, though, wouldn't he?
Private.
online with the video tells me that there has to be something a little bit off about this man right here.
I really didn't expect for it to just go so left, you know?
I told Lewis,
What do you mean you didn't expect it to go so left? Your plan here was straight up just to assault people for TikTok. Like, if anything, he's lucky it did not go more left and someone did not handle him out there in the streets. I mean, we just saw that court case go down where a YouTuber actually did end up getting a couple years back, and he wasn't even attacking people. He was just talking
Oh, we
to
watched this,
someone
didn't
in
we?
kind of an aggressive way.
Yeah.
The guy noticed he was being filmed at the mall, and boom, he popped off. And they did not side with the prankster in that situation.
And your mom's probably disappointed.
Yeah, she is.
Lewis said the harsh reaction to the video will make him rethink his behavior and hopefully be a lesson for others.
Before you go out and you do anything that you feel is bad or that could look bad, make sure, like, people know, or just don't do it at all.
It's just
Thanks for
crazy,
them wise
guys. You can
words.
just
Wow.
tell by
Yeah,
the way he
wow.
talks that there was absolutely nothing going on behind those eyes. They just look so dead. And so then the next day, this guy actually had to have his first appearance in court. We got Stuart Little here back on the case. And here's where the
Stuart
situation
Little.
really starts to escalate as a new piece of information is released.
19-year-old Alfred Lewis appeared in court just within the last half hour or so. We're allowed to shoot those PC court hearings off a video screen. Lewis charged with assault and aggravated robbery related to viral.
I'd be worried if I was that bloke sat in front of him, to be honest. At that case.
Punch him in the back of the head.
Videos showing him sucker punching people, random men walking in Wortham Park. That's up in the Cypress area. Turns out Lewis was also armed at the time, according to court records. Something that
What?
was not completely clear initially to those of us who saw the video. Here's a little.
And that's where things are going to get really bad for this guy because he was actually armed. Like, he was brandishing it around and threatening people with it.
Little bit of what was read aloud during the court hearing.
In this case, he initially held the complainant at point. Then, when the complainant refused to give up his cell phone, he hits the complainant in the head
robbery.
and puts him in a chokehold. The complainant advised he later saw videos of the crimes on social media. The defendant approached the complainant from behind and hit him in the head. As his co-defendant was filming the crime, the defendants laughed at the complainant when he asked this defendant, "Why are you doing this?" The complainant advised he later saw videos of the crime on social media.
And when I first saw the videos, I was kind of questioning, well, why didn't anyone fight back? Why did it seem like all these different men were so scared of him? And the reason obviously was because he had the piece on him and was literally threatening their life.
You may recall I interviewed Lewis on Friday, and he admitted to making a bad mistake, just making videos for views and clicks. His bond conditions include not having contact with his alleged accomplice, the 18-year-old who shot the videos. Lewis also to remain at home between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. He will also wear an ankle monitor. Again, his bond, combined bond for an assault
That's just the
and
bond,
aggravated
isn't it?
robbery charge.
That was the bond for the co-defendant who was filming it.
Oh, not him.
Yeah, and that's pending.
Well, he's out though, because he interviewed him the next day.
Yeah. No, he interviewed him the day before the court case. because he's found out when he
is that what it was?
when he
Right,
interviewed
okay.
him, he didn't know about the firearm, but
Right.
now he does.
Right.
But either way, that's just the bond, isn't it? That's like
Yeah.
you're going to get out pending trial. So he's gonna
before
get
the
some
trial,
serious
remanded.
trouble here.
Charged $10,100. He made no mention of a when I interviewed him on Friday, and at that point, I had not investigated the video thoroughly and was not aware that he was armed at the time.
And if there's another lesson to learn here, guys, it's that even if you're not the one doing the stupid activity, don't let yourself be the one filming it. I mean, we just also saw this with Johnny Somali, where not only he went down to the Japanese authorities, but so did his cameraman in the situation. Because at that point, you're standing around, you're filming it, you're trying to get the clicks as well, and they basically consider you in the court of law to be some sort of accomplice. And part of me actually thinks like the person standing there filming it laughing might actually be dumber than the person actually performing the stupid action. And so obviously they put him behind bars, and then he saw a whole nother day in court where they raised his bond and actually tacked on a couple more charges.
Yeah, today in court, prosecutors said what 19-year-old Alfred Lewis admitted to doing was unacceptable and dangerous, and asked the judge to raise his initial $10,000 bond to $30,000, and the judge agreed. KHOU 11 was the only news crew to get video of Lewis as he made his first official court appearance here at the 208th. Lewis is charged with aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon, a first-degree felony, and assault.
We take these cases extremely seriously at the district attorney's office, and in this case, the facts were particularly troubling. These boys were out at a park where people enjoy outdoors, are exercising, and shouldn't expect to run into any kind of trouble.
Lewis tried to rob the man of his cell phone at gunpoint and threatened to shoot him in the foot when he refused.
I mean, I'm hoping that they absolutely throw the book at this guy.
Yeah,
Like at the end of the day, this new type of weirdo social media behavior of basically bothering people out in public should 100% be condemned. And if you give someone like this some extreme charges, hopefully it makes other people not want to follow in his footsteps.
If Lewis makes bond, part of his bond conditions include wearing a GPS ankle monitor and being placed under 24-hour house arrest. As for the other teen, 18-year-old Kingston Miker, prosecutors say he participated and filmed the attacks. He's now in custody facing the same charges.
Like I said, they also come down on the cameraman. In general, though, it is good to see someone like this get caught. I don't know what's exactly going on with the generation like right under mine, but they don't seem to be the brightest group of individuals out there. I do think in general that generation and like every generation that follows it is going to be like more and more clout driven. But it's like, why not do something good to try and get clout? Why you always have to act like a fool? And in this situation, you're literally doing a criminal activity and posting it up online. Either way, I want to know what you guys think about this crazy situation down below. As always, I also want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and some other clowns out here need to be covered, so I'm out.
Do you know what'd be good if your crime that you commit is relative to what your sentence is type thing. So
that's how it's supposed to work, isn't it?
It is, but what I'm going to explain is if you steal a car, right, you're never allowed to own a car again. Or if you steal a phone, you're never allowed to own a phone again. You're just not allowed that privilege. You've lost it.
I think they should definitely. Funnily enough, I thought a similar thing with driving offences yesterday, and you know, there's who was it? Someone got multiple years in prison. It might have been death by dangerous driving or something, and I'm like, they should never be allowed to drive a car again.
Easiest answer: chop their arms off. They'll never be able to drive again.
They'll probably learn to drive with their feet or something, get an automatic.
Yeah, on disability, and we'll pay for it.
How would you steer? It's all right to drive with your feet with an automatic. How would you steer? Be one of them where you blow into tubes to turn the car and all that sort of thing. But that's inconvenience for them then, isn't it?
Well, maybe overthinking this one, but
I don't think they are. I think I'm right on the money.
They're going to make an example of him in Texas.
I think they are.
So they should.
It's not a place to dick about, is it, Texas, when it comes to stupid stuff
nowhere
like
is.
that?
Don't dick about. Just
I know
don't be a
nowhere
dick.
is, but there's like, some may argue that somewhere like California or somewhere would get a more lenient sentence. But I think he's going to get nailed to the wall.
Problem is, there's always going to be some, because some of them are so absolutely thick. It beggars belief that they still put things like this online and they incriminate themselves like that. They just, it blows my mind that they're so stupid that that's what they do.
I think when they get arrested, like I think people should know what they've been doing. So like clip a finger or something like that. So when you see someone in the street and they've only got one finger, you'd be like, 4 offences, mate. Come on. You know what I mean? Sort yourself
tattoo
out.
the crime on his face.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Just take, just How are you going to dial a phone with no fingers?
I do think restitutions towards victims of crime would be a good thing.
Yeah.
Because, like, he's going to go away for years, realistically, isn't he? Like, he must do for that. But when he gets out, it's like, right, now you're out, you owe $100,000 to the
and you've got to wash his car every day.
No, you don't want to be anywhere near him.
One-handed.
We're going to garnish your wages for the rest of your life until you've paid $100,000 to the victim. It's only fair,
Sorted.
isn't it?
The problem is people that won't work.
No, they won't, but I don't think he will anyway. He's going to be a felon, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's going to struggle to get employed for the rest of his life after this. Muppet.
We'd solve it, wouldn't we, with our measures? Easy.
15 minutes in a dark room. Right. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.